test average. Oh. Let's see, the class average. The class average for the first test is 92. Yep, and I only think, let's see, 8 people I think have taken it. Well, people have taken it twice. Or 3 times, because how many attempts did I give y'all?
3.
I had somebody email me and they asked if they need to take all 3. Did they get a reply? No. Y'all get me. I ain't kidding. Y'all can break an anvil with a banana. I give y'all simple 3 attempts. I tell you 3 or 4 times the first week of class takes the what? And I also give you a question on the test.
Yes, and it's on the handout as well.
And people email me, do I need to take all 3? I don't know. I don't send it by. I don't respond. I'm sorry. All right. Got some homework questions come over, which I knew we were going to have homework questions. Am I recording? I guess I'm recording. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yep. All righty. So the first question is, let's see, 6.1, got 2 from 23, 6.1, number 6, 23, number 6 online. Okay. So, evaluate, this is a good one, this is a test question.
Yeah.
It's got fractions in it. If it's got fractions in it, chances are it's going to be a test question. Fractions and negatives. I'm not going to give you all the easy questions. That would make it too easy. I turned everything on, but I forgot the whiteboard. Where's the whiteboard? There it is.
I think that's the same question I had. It's exactly that.
So 1/2, remember, whenever you evaluate or determine wherever there's a X, you put a big set of parentheses in it. And X is equal to what?
2.
I'm going to turn everything into a fraction. For what? Lengths. No sneezing, please. Anything cancel here? Anything cancel here? Nope. Common denominator? 9, Hubert. That's that class. 3 will go into 9 3 times. 3 times 10 is 30. 1 will go into 9. 9 times 4 is. What's 2 minus 30? And what's negative 28 plus 36? 8/9 is your answer. Why do I not like to see this? Why do I not like to see a decimal on a fraction problem? Because that tells the teacher that you used what? Calculator. It's sad that you don't know that about real math. Oh yeah, I know. I'm not talking about you being sad. It's sad that students can twirl the calculator on their, but they can't do mathematics, 3rd and 4th grade mathematics. I'm not talking about this class. I'm talking about my calculus class. I see students reaching for a calculator to multiply 1/3 times 4/5. That's ridiculous. Okay? That's your answer, 8/9. Now, what do you notice about the way I did it? I put everything into a fraction. That's one thing, but that's not what I'm looking for. But that's a good answer.
You did the parentheses.
I did the parentheses. That's another good answer, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. What do you notice about the way I did it? With the denominator fraction, we talked about that. That's not it. Good try. No, we talked about that. That's not it. The whole thing. Don't look at one certain part. Look at the whole thing. That's it. This is what y'all do. Here's your blue lines on your notebook paper. This is what y'all do. That's what y'all do. This is what y'all try to do. And guess what? Y'all suck at it.
After that test, I had to touch paper because I'm write it again, I'll write it.
Now, when I say y'all, I don't mean y'all 5 in here. I mean students.
I still need to.
They try to do it in the blue lines of their paper, and it doesn't work. And then they have to rely on what? The calculator, because they have no idea what they're doing. This right here is the way you do a problem. You do it step by step. And it's easy. If you look at it, how easy is it when you do it step by step? Very easy. All right? So let's do a narrative. Let's see, I don't know whose that one was, either Mr. Stallings or Miss Cons. We'll do the other one next.
I think we both asked the same one.
Probably not the same one. Probably different problems, different numbers. That's why I'm going to go do another one. So you'll have 2 in your notebook. If I could get with the program and I can't get into the groove. Okay, here we go. Let's clear this. All right, that was that one. Okay, Miss Cons looks like this. All right, you try that one. Is it the same? It's not supposed to be the exact same. What's different? The 1/4?
The former question was.
Okay.
It was 5x.
Okay, and we'll I want to do this one too. Now I want each of you to try to do it step by step and not try to do it in one step. And you might be surprised on how easy it is. You know, the best thing about Valentine's Day is going to the store after Valentine's Day and getting all that candy half off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Walgreens today. I watched a scary one last night. Don't Knock Twice. You ever heard of that one?
I think so.
It was scary.
You don't watch Split the
Well, I can't, because I get a movie about bowling. Shut up. I didn't hear it. I hate when you type on something and the video plays so loud. It's a conspiracy. Okay, I'm a Facebook person, but I wish people would quit doing two things on Facebook. I wish they'd quit sending me games, and I wish they'd quit trying to preach on. Yeah, I mean, those two things are very irritating. Oh God, yeah. The reason I don't block them is some of them are my friends, and they'll get offended if I block them.
You have enough time to play all this stuff, but it's still you don't have a lot.
Yeah. I have a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 4 in my house because of my son. And I don't have time to play on that 3, much less the 4. Get you a Fire Stick. Boy, I guarantee you my direct bill's gonna go down because I ain't watching all those movies on direct. I want to see Bye Bye Man, but Bye Bye Man won't load. No, Bye Bye Man's been out a while. That's the only one I can't get. Oh gosh. There was one called, I can't remember the name of it, but it was Slender Man in the video camera. Now you talking about scary? That was scary. All right, you ready? Or y'all quit? Y'all quit yet? Oh gosh, y'all are so motivated. We'll make the answer come out wrong so we'll Scrooge. My daughter is studying to be an elementary teacher, and she put a thing on there this morning on Facebook that says teachers should always motivate their students. It was a quote or something. And I went on there and I said, teachers should tell their students to quit. Somebody came on there and said, oh my goodness. Y'all need a sense of humor. Gosh, oh my goodness. Yeah, how can you say that? I like to think of problems like this as a bricklayer. Now, there is no way in Hades I can lay brick for a living. Probably if I did it for 5 or 6 years. And that's why you have to be an apprentice to learn. But have you ever watched a bricklayer at work? Oh my gosh, they're artists. I mean, they can sit there and do it just, and it looks like an art. I mean, it does. And that's what this is. They do one methodical thing after the other, and they do it, and the only thing they work on after they get the method down is speed. And that's what you do with these. It's just like laying the brick. And if you mess up on the first step, you pretty much a failure of the rest of the problem. So, I'm just kidding. So, 1/4 times 4/9 minus 4/1 times 2/3 plus 9/1. And 4's cancel. And nothing cancels there, so we're ready to write the next step, which would be 1/9 minus 8/9. I'm sorry, that is a 3. I'm getting common denominator in my head. 9/1.
So that,
Yep, exactly.
that's why I do that and mess myself up.
1/9 minus 9 plus 9. And 3 will go into 9. 3 times 8 is 24. 1 will go into 9. 9 times 9 is 81. What is 1 minus 24? 23/9 plus 81/9. The answer is going to be positive over 9. And now 81, what is that, 58? 58? What does it come out to be?
I did the 1 and not 81. Made the nominal hit. So,
Looks like 58/9. Somebody check it.
I did. I reduced the 1 and the 9 to a 1 and the 81 to a 1.
Just give it a mistake.
That's no issue.
That's just like a bricklayer learning how to lay brick, and they lay brick, and one of the bricks are unlevel. Carol's mistake. Anytime you're talking about two things, method and speed, what comes first? Method. Think of it as a boxing or karate. I used to take karate, and my karate instructor always said, you quit worrying about the speed. The method is first. The process is first. Then you work. After you do the method and you get the problem right 5 out of 5 times, then you work on the speed. Then you work on the shortcuts. But if you suck at the process, then you're gonna have to work on the process before you work on the speed. Okay. Then you should quit. Fill out a drop slip at the end of class. I'll sign it. We'll go ahead and get you out of your misery. This motivation and positive thinking is way overrated. Just quit. Oh, I watched a movie last night called Hush. You ever seen that? It's about a deaf woman that's being stalked by a killer in her own house. Oh, it's good. Deaf. And she beats the crap out of him and ends up killing him. It's a good movie. She ended up having to beat him up. Sounds like a real bad movie. I believe I've seen that one. All right, 6.3, 29, 29, 29. Think you had a problem on number 29? 29/10. Okay. Now, in the book, you'll see a page. I think it's the first couple of pages in 2.3 or 6.3, whatever section this is. And they give you a bunch of phrases like total, sum, greater than. All those have to do with plus. And they give you difference, subtract, and that gives you what? Subtract. And then in other words, product of, multiply means multiplication, and times. And then they say division per quotient. Should be the first couple of pages in 6.3. And then they say, okay, less than here. Less than, sorry. And then they give you a list of sentences. And the list of sentences look like this. And 4 greater than x. And 3 times a number. Do y'all see that in your section yet?
I see the phrases, but I don't see the.
Okay, well, the phrases. Some books do both, okay? And they tell you to look for these kind of phrases. Well, I tell students that most of the time, remember, what 2 operations are commutative? Which 2 operations are commutative? Adding and what? Not subtraction. Why are they commutative? 2 plus 3 is equal to what? 3 plus 2. And 2 times 3 is equal to what? So with multiplication and addition, do you have to remember the order that much? No. Write that down. With addition and multiplication, you don't have to worry about what order you put it in. But what about division and subtraction?
Yes.
You do. So you need to focus on those words that have to deal with subtraction, and division. Because multiplication and addition doesn't matter which way you put it. For instance, if I give you 3 more than a number. All right, now I tell students, when you see 2 words, when you see these words right here, whether it's more than or less than, I tell students to do this. Crisscross and write. So 3 will go here, X will go here, and what is more than? Plus. Okay? Anytime you see the word than, more than or less than, crisscross and put it down what it is. Yes, ma'am. I'll Google it for you and put it on board for you this morning. Okay? And then you can take a picture of it. 3 more than a number. Now, what if I change this? If I change this right here to less than, then what did I change this? To a subtraction symbol. And that's pretty much all you need to remember when you're dealing with anything having to say less than or greater than. Increase. The number is increased by 11 and is 2 times the sum of the number and 3. Okay? So, go ahead and write that sentence down, and we're going to work with it and see if we can come out with some kind of mathematical algebraic sentence. All right. It says a number. A number, unless it says what the number is, a number is always going to be what? X. So, increased by 11. So, how do you say increased by 11? Well, increased by is another word for plus. So that's going to be X plus 11. And that takes care of, oops, that right there. Is. Anytime you see the word is in a mathematical sentence, is means what? Equal. 2 times the sum of the number and 3. 2 times the sum of a number plus what? Now that should be the answer. Now what's wrong with the answer that's in the box? 2 times the number plus 3. The 2x plus 3 says 2 times the number plus 3. That's not what the question says. The question says 2 times the sum of the number and 3. The sum of the number and 3 is x plus 3. Okay, now how do you solve this? Well, you can't do anything until you bust up the concrete block. X plus 11 equals 2x plus 6. Which one's the smallest bucket? The X. Take it across the river, and you get 11 is equal to X plus 6. What? X is 5. Oh, subtract 6, and X equals 5. You take your handy dandy cursor and you put parentheses around this guy. and you put a 5 here. And then you get affirmation and gratification. Nice work. All right, let's see what the other one looks like.
It's for me, it's about the same question.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if the numbers are different. Yep.
I get it. Because it wouldn't do anything.
Okay.
I didn't think it was, so it's probably the same question.
Okay.
I was trying to log off so I could do it on time, like that.
That's all right. Now, let me pull up those keywords for y'all. You can Google them. Just pull up keywords and phrases in mathematics. Keywords, phrases in math. And images. Look there. I tell you what, I'm just so good. Look there. Let's blow it up a little bit. A little bit more. There you go. Write those down. Take a picture, whatever. That's some words or some phrases. And then I'll look at some more keywords and we'll pull up several. All right. Let me do this. Snip. Okay, I'll pull them all up in just a minute, okay? Let's go back to keywords. Here's another one. Let's snip it out. And I know some of them say the same thing, but some of them can have different words, and that's why I'm pulling several for you. I'm going to pull one more. Let's see what else is out there. Okay, here we go. View image and snip. Yeah, this takes a lot of work, y'all. That's why I'm doing it for you. It just takes a lot of work. Print these out. Huh? I know. I'm doing it for you, though. I'm trying to help you out because I know how hard this is. There's one. Give me a second. There's 2. And number 3. That there. Here. Make that go up a little bit. Just go up a little bit. All right, there's you some words and some phrases. So take a picture of it so you'll have it, or go on Google and print them out. Keywords, you need to learn them. And after a while, you don't have to memorize them. You just kind of associate them. You don't memorize them. You just say, okay, sum. The only word that has to, the only operation that has anything to do with sum is what? Addition. And you learn some of them, and some of them you already know. Let y'all finish those, writing those down. Okay, now let's get back to our problems that we were working on, and I think I left off with fractions. One half times x minus 3 equals 1/4 times x plus 5. Now, you can distribute the 1/2 and the 1/4, but why would you not do that? Because it's like pouring gasoline on what? Makes it what? Makes it more difficult. So what I tell students to do is clear the fractions. By using our old buddy, what? Common denominator. So what is the common denominator of 4 and 2? 4. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 4/1. All right, y'all do that. Multiply both sides by 4/1 because 4 is the common denominator. I'm going to bring it down here. 4/1. 4/1. Multiplied by 1/2 x minus 3 equals 1/4 times x minus 5. So these two guys are going to be multiplied. So you put that in brackets because you got to multiply because this is a block. You can't touch anything in there. Block of cement right now. And what happens to this 4 times 1/2? 4/2 is 4/2 is 2. And what's 4/4? And now you got the problem that we first started off with without any fractions. Finish it. Y'all done? What'd you come out with? Let's see. 2x minus what? Is equal to x minus 5. The x comes over, you're left with x. The 6 comes over, that's a plus 6. X is equal to what? 1. And that's how you clear fractions. So let's do an earner. Unless you like whips and chains, then go ahead and distribute the 1/4 if you want to have. And then instead of 2 fractions, you got how many? 4 fractions. Kind of like scratching poison oak and getting more poison oak. All right, y'all do this one. Now these are the ones that I like to put on the test. These fraction equations. 1/2 times x minus 2 is equal to 5/8 times x minus 3. I would say probably 50% of your test is going to be made up of these. So what's the common denominator? 8. 8 over 1. 8 over 1. Now I'm going to skip a step here because I don't think you need to rewrite it 2 or 3 times. What's 8 divided by 2? And what's 8 divided by 8? Times 5? That was simple enough. You know, I've shown people this in college and they act like they've never seen it before. What have you been shown this if you've never seen it before? What have you been shown this in algebra or pre-algebra back in the what? 7th, 8th grade? What could have that done? What could that have done to your algebra experience? Made it a whole lot easier. 4x minus what? Is equal to 5x minus, which one's the smallest bucket? So it goes across the river, it becomes x. 15 comes across the river, negative 8 plus 15 is 7, right?
Yes.
It's all about procedure. It's all about the method. It's all about the process. Now that on a scale from 1 to 10, that's about a 2. We're going to work up to about a 6 today of clearing fractions. So it's pretty simple when the fractions are outside the what? Parentheses. But when they're inside the parentheses, you got to add a couple more steps. We won't do that yet. Everybody got that one? I spend a little bit of time on these because these are important. 1/3 x minus 8 plus 1/5 is equal to 7/15 times x minus 3. I just bumped it up a little bit. There's something added that you have to do. What's different? There's another fraction, and it's not in parentheses, is it? And that means you can touch it. That means you can clear it. If it was in parentheses, you have to wait till you distribute. So you got 3 things to multiply by the common denominator instead of 2. Give up. What's the common denominator of 15, 5, and 3? So you put a 15 over 1 here. 15 over 1 here. And a 15 over 1 here. And what's that going to give us? What's 15 divided by 3? 5. What's 15 divided by 5? 3. And what's 15? What happens to the 15s here? Huh? They cancel and leaves 7. So now that's going to be 5 times x minus 8 plus 3 is equal to 7 times x minus And now you've got a regular problem. See how valuable it is to have that common denominator? Not just for adding and subtracting, but to clear fractions. Problem with some of our K through 6s schools is we got teachers that don't know how to teach stuff like this. K through 9. They haven't had enough math. I think all teachers in the United States should have a first variable calculus to be a teacher. There's some majors, there's some teachers, like elementary ed, they don't have to teach, they don't have to take any math on it. It's ridiculous. Why do you think so many people go into education? Because they don't have, you said it right there, because they don't have to take any math. 5x minus what? Plus 3 is equal to what? 7x minus, now what's negative 40 plus 3? Which one's the smallest bucket? 5x, take it across the river. Take the 21 across the river. 2x is equal to negative what? 16. X is equal to what? What kind of egg? All right, now let's try one with fractions everywhere. One third x minus 4/5 plus 2/3 equals 1/2 times x minus 2/3 plus 5/6. Now, how many terms are you going to multiply by first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. Good. So the common denominator of 3, 3, 2, and 6 is 6. So multiply by 6 over 1. worry about that when we distribute.
So you don't multiply the 230, x minus 213.
We got four things to multiply by, and that is the fractions on the outside of the, I got 6 over 1, 6 over 1, 6 over 1, and 6 over 1. Now what's 6 divided by 3? And what's 12 divided by 3? And what's 6 divided by 2? And what's 30 divided by 6? Now you're going to have to distribute this. Two x minus 8/5 plus 4 is equal to 3x minus 2 plus 5. Now, before you do anything else, get rid of this fraction. Multiply through by what? 5. I'm going to put a little dotted for the 1 there. And that's going to give me what? 10x minus 8 plus what? 20 is equal to 15x minus 6 plus what? 25. And now you've got a regular problem. Now finish it. He's big. I'm master of this universe, I can know. What is -8 plus 20? What's -10 plus 25? Which one's the smallest bucket? Take it across the river, you get 5x. Take 15 across the river, you get negative what? X is equal to -4/5. You know how to clear the fractions. Takes all the difficulty out of doing the problem. Question? All right, all except for decimals, y'all should be okay on 5 point or whatever section we're 6.3. So you should be able to finish your homework now on 6.3. We'll let y'all go. We'll get to roll. I think everybody's here except BHP girl.